Hello, this is Ben Koontz with the ID Cyber Academy. I'm going to do a tutorial here for creating a Windows 2008 server domain controller. I've got experience. I've got my MCITP Enterprise Administrator, and I've got over 10 Microsoft certifications. But I'm going to show you right here. We got VMware Player set up with Server 2008. I'm going to do Control Insert because it's a using virtual machine. Just log in as the local administrator. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is set an IP address for it. Typically on a server, any kind of domain controller or any kind of server in general, you want to have a static IP address, but just for this scenario, I'm just going to use have it set for DHCP. Okay, so the next step is you go to your computer, so you go to Start, you go to Computer, you right click, you go to Properties, and you go to Change Settings. Under the computer name, domain, and workgroup settings, you're going to go to computer name. Make sure it's, different people have different methods of doing this. I usually put some kind of organization -DC1, DC2, but for security reasons, some people tend to hide the computer name because if the attacker knows it's a DC, they know it's a high available target to get to attack. So what we're going to do is go to your server manager, click on that, then you're going to add the domain services role. I'll show you once it finishes loading up. Okay, so you're going to click on roles right here. Then you're going to add a new role once it gets done thinking about it. Okay, add a role. I usually skip by default. Click Next. Click Active Directory Domain Services. You're going to want to do that role right there. Click Next. Click Next again. And install. Okay, this is going to take probably 30 seconds or so to finish up. While this gets going, I'm going to bring up a command prompt for the next step. So either click command prompt here or type CMD from the command line. And the next command you're going to type once the domain services installation is finished, you're going to type DC promo for DC promote, basically promoting this computer into a domain controller. But give it a sec for this to finish. Okay, we're back. I went ahead and fast forwarded the video so that way we could finish up, skip the part for waiting for it to install. Alright, we're gonna hit, it says installation succeeded, so you're going to go ahead and hit close now. Alright, close out your server manager. Okay, now that you've got DC promo up typed in, you just press enter. So now this is the command that will actually promote your server to domain controller. So go ahead and click on next, and next again. Okay, so if you have an existing domain controller or an existing domain out there, you're going to choose existing forest, but since this is a first domain, so we're going to create a new domain and a new forest. So go ahead and click next. So we're just going to do org.com, so whatever organization it is that you're creating, you're going to type here, whatever domain name. Alright, so it's going to search to make sure that this domain is not already out there. This might take a second to populate. Alright, functional level is basically if you choose Server 2003, you lose some of the Server 2008 functionality that you would normally have. Also, any servers under 2000 are not going to work. So what I usually do is Windows Server 2008 because I don't have any Windows Server 2003 servers anyway. So this is usually the best option so you can get all the added functionality. Go ahead and click next. It basically examines DNS and it starts building everything out. Normally your domain controller is also your DNS server because domains cannot talk without DNS, and if you don't know what DNS is, it's domain name servers or domain name server, which basically allows you to convert IPs to host names. So That way you don't have to type 12 dot whatever, you just type google.com. So that way, see right here it says this computer has a dynamically assigned IP address. So, you know how I told you earlier you should put a static IP. This is warning you, hey, you need a static IP for your domain controller, because otherwise computers are going to have a hard time. I'm just going to click yes just for the video's sake, but you're going to want a static IP address on your domain controller. Alright, delegation. Okay, basically you're going to continue because this is the first domain controller, so you don't need to worry about that. Some people tend to use different log files or sysfile folders. Instead of putting them on the C drive, they'll create an additional partition, like a D drive, and put these files there to put them in another location, then back them up for ease of use, because this is basically your database. But for video's sake, I'll put them in C drive again. Next, here you put your password for directory services. So if you need to back up your domain controller, or if you have to bring the domain down, then this will be the password. So I'll just leave this blank for now. Or actually, here I'll just put. Oh, I gotta do a full password. Okay. All right. Go ahead and click next. Next. All right. It's gonna take a second to build out the domain. It's gonna probably take about 30 seconds here. And then once this finishes, you will have your first domain controller and the domain, and then any of your clients that you Windows 7, whatever, that you need to connect to this domain to share information or build other services, it'll be good to go. So this is usually the first server that you build whenever you have an organization. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause this and fast forward. Okay, I went ahead and fast forwarded again. Right here, once this finishes, you're gonna see this screen right here. It's gonna say finish. You're gonna click finish. Normally you would restart now. I'm gonna click do not restart now. And show you some of the features that were installed with the domain. You're gonna go to start administrative tools. Now you're gonna see Active Directory users and computers. And you're also gonna see DNS. Go to Active Directory users and computers right here. Oh. And then it looks like we are gonna have to restart. So I will restart the computer real quick. I will go ahead and put you guys on pause again. I'll fast forward you guys so you don't have to watch this reset. Okay, we are back. Since we're in a VMware player, I'm going to go ahead and Control Insert again. Now you see where it says log on to, it says org. So that whatever domain name you named it, you're going to see right there. So you can type the password, whatever administrator password that you had created. Okay, it told me to change it. You may or may not get the same error message. Okay, so it's logging you in now. Now we can look at the features that you have with the domain controller. Now you'll be able to create users, groups, and then now you'll be able to manage your DNS, so that way normally your DNS is handled by your ISP, your service provider, but in the domain you're going to be handling the DNS of all your systems. Alright, so go to Active Directory users and computers. And now you've got your org.com, and then you can create user accounts. Now you've got your domain controller. So that concludes the video. Please leave feedback. This is my first IT training video, so you'll have to forgive me for being a little bit sloppy, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.